Hello, I'm Bob Wilcox, president of Glacier FarmMedia, coming to you from Winnipeg, Manitoba, where Glacier FarmMedia is headquartered. And I wish I could be there today with all of you, but obviously because of COVID, I'm not. However, I'm very excited about today's announcement, and I'm very happy to be participating in this virtually. I'm joined on stage by the Minister Ernie Hardeman, who is on site with Canada's Outdoor Farm Show in Woodstock, Ontario, with show president Doug Wagner, and we're going to be hearing from both of them. And we're also going to be hearing from Keith Curry from the Ontario Federation of Agriculture and the Mayor of Woodstock, Trevor Birch. So with that, I'll pass it off to Mayor Trevor Birch to say a few words. Mayor Birch.
Well, thank you for your kind introduction, and thank you everyone for being here today in the friendly city of Woodstock, the dairy capital of Canada. As mayor of the city of Woodstock, it was about 6 years ago today that I was here at Canada's Outdoor Farm Show, learning firsthand about the innovation and the investments that are taking place in the agricultural community all across this great nation and beyond. And we actively were working on the file to ensure that this great opportunity of anywhere between 40 and 50,000 attendees a year would stay here in Ontario, and no better place than the city of Woodstock. And it is with great pleasure on behalf of Woodstock Council that I get to say thank you to Premier Ford's government for their work in securing this amazing opportunity to make sure that we showcase and lead not just here in our province and our nation, but with dignitaries and investors from around the world. So thank you all for this time today, and I extend great thanks to our counterpart at the provincial government. And with that, I would like to ask our Minister of Agriculture and local MPP, Ernie Hardeman, to come forward. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mayor Birch, for the kind introduction, and I want to thank everyone for being here today as part of this announcement. It's great to be here in Oxford, and as the Mayor said, it is the dairy capital of Canada. And for all those listening, I want to say this is the second best place, or it's one of the best two places in the world to be. And every one of you can make your decision as to who number two might be to Oxford. But it's great to be here today in Oxford, which is also home to Canada's Outdoor Farm Show. This show has a long and proud history and has an excellent way to see research in action and technology at work, helping Ontario hard-working farmers get the job done. Every year, the Outdoor Farm Show builds on its strong roots of research and the opportunity to share information and innovative technologies and farming techniques with our farmers. And this year is no exception, even during the COVID-19 outbreak. While the Canada Outdoor Farm Show 2020 is a fully digital show, it's still a great opportunity to learn what's new in farming. From its humble beginning 25 years ago, Canada's Outdoor Farm Show quickly became a leading agricultural event in Ontario, highlighting the latest technology and farm trends. And I just want to point out that the first Canada's Outdoor Farm Show, I'm not sure it was called Canada's Outdoor Farm Show, but the first show was not in Oxford County. It wasn't until after they started that they realized the best place to build this facility was in Oxford County. Ensuring that Ontario's Outdoor Farm Show can continue to grow and develop longer term is why we're here today. I'm pleased to announce that the Government of Ontario and Glacier FarmMedia are working together to ensure the long-term growth of Canada's Outdoor Farm Show through the proposed sale of a portion of the Woodstock Research Station. The proposed sale will support the success of Canada's Outdoor Farm Show by allowing Glacier Media and exhibitors to make long-term investments on this site. This will ensure that farmers have access to the latest and greatest advancements in agriculture that are showcased at the annual show and other events during the year. This is great news for agriculture and for the local economy. Farmers need innovative research and technology to help them be more competitive in the global marketplace, and that's exactly what the future Ontario Farm Show, Canada's Outdoor Farm Show, will do. And I know that Glacier Farm Media is committed to agriculture research and has many exciting plans for the site. So thank you again for joining me here today as we plot a course for the long future of Canada's Outdoor Farm Show. Now I'm going to turn it over to Keith Curry, President of the Ontario Federation of Agriculture. And I want to say, Glacier, keep up the good work, and the research that this property was meant to provide is going to continue in years to come through Glacier Research. So thank you very much for being part of this today.
Thanks very much, Minister, and certainly OFA would like to congratulate both the Province of Ontario, Minister Hardeman, and Glacier Media for coming together to make sure that we secure these lands now for a permanent site for Canada's Outdoor Farm Show. But it's not just about the week of the farm show. We've been flocking here as farmers since the beginning of this to investigate the new opportunities in agriculture, the new investments in agriculture, and certainly I will echo Mayor Birch's comments about the investments now will increase. And that's great news for our membership to know that not only do we secure a permanent site for that ongoing research and investment, but it also secures what's going to happen for our farmers in the future, and that is advanced technologies, advanced research, advanced genetics. And certainly Doug Wagner, who will be coming up after me, is no stranger to this. He's been involved with this organization and this site since day one. And we are very pleased that we now can count on this opportunity going forward for our membership. So I want to congratulate all involved for this announcement. It certainly is a great day for the members that I represent, not only right across Ontario, but for farmers right across the country. It's a great investment, and we are very pleased to see it happen. So without further ado, I would like to call on Doug Wagner to come up here. Doug's been integral to this site and to this show from day one, and we certainly appreciate all his efforts along the way. So Doug, without further ado, please come and address the audience.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here. Huge day. And Bob, I think you're going to make a few comments here right now, and then I'll follow up after you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doug. First of all, I'd like to thank Mayor Trevor Birch and Keith Curry, and of course Minister Hardeman. And Minister, I would just like to thank you very much. The Farm Show family would sincerely like to thank you for joining us today to make this announcement, but especially for all your efforts over the years that are leading up to this very special day. And you have been, and your government have been, and department have been the driving force to make this happen. So thank you very much again. So today we launched Glacier FarmMedia Discovery Farm, and we're going to be celebrating that this site is becoming a permanent home to Canada's Outdoor Farm Show. And this has been in the works for many years, and there are many people to thank for their efforts. And today I'd just like to take a minute to thank a few of them. First of all, Mayor of Woodstock, Trevor Birch, for his unwavering support. The Mayor of East Zora Tavistock, Don McKay, for putting this crazy ideas in our heads, which over the years became an earworm that we just couldn't get rid of, and finally it's coming true. Of course, Lauren Hepworth, who is chairman of Aereo, and Kelly Rice, who is manager of finance, infrastructure, administration at the Ontario Public Service executives. I want to thank both of them. Lauren, for your encouragement and pointing us in the right direction, and Kelly for all your technical assistance. Of course, Dr. Malcolm Campbell, Vice President, Research at the University of Guelph, and Randy Van Acker, Dean of Ontario Agricultural College at the University of Guelph, two leaders who we look forward to continuing to work more with on many projects in this field. Grain Farmers of Ontario, who will also be looking forward to continuing to work with. Lillian Morris and Dawn Lobb, who are always there to keep our spirits up when we hit a roadblock and encourage us to keep going. Thank you very much. And last but not least, Ruth Butt and her family for the moral support and guidance that they have given us, and so for a standard for us to try to follow. So thank you to all of those people. So, you know, what is Discovery Farm? And Discovery Farm Woodstock is going to showcase farmer-led and industry-partnered research with the goal of transferring in-field knowledge to farmers. And, you know, this acquisition is wonderful. It is now possible to make all of these things happen that we've been talking about over the years. And the centerpiece of our plan is going to be the development of a center of sustainability and soil health on the site. The goal will be to bring the agricultural community together under one roof and to share and communicate and disseminate information on the importance of the sustainability issue and soil health. And this idea actually, as I said, Don McKay was a big part of it, but on the soil health part of it, it got a kickstart, excuse me, a few years ago with Lillian Morris and Bob Amoracour's generous donation to the Soils at Guelph project. And I'd like to thank them for inspiring us with their actions. And we also look forward to working with Crosby Devitt and the grain farmers of Ontario to build a stronger rural-urban connection through a student demo farm that we have plans for on the site, and using the Center of Sustainability and Soil Health for classroom and workshop space. So you can see how it all ties in together, which is very nice. But really, I really look forward to working with everybody. We got lots more work to do, but everybody in the agricultural community to make sure this site is a world-class center for the transfer of agricultural information, and it will be a model for others in the world to follow. So on that high note, I would now like to pass it over to Doug Wagner to close the announcement. Doug?
Thank you very much, Bob. Yeah, so anyways, a huge momentous day for us today, and can't help but look back over the years, and boy, we've been in both mayor's offices several times here with Mayor Don McKay in East Sora and Mayor Trevor Birch and his group in Woodstock. We've been to Toronto several times to talk about what we're doing here in Woodstock, and we even found ourselves in Ottawa a time or two to talk to the members of Parliament in Ottawa, so I guess it's all paid off. So anyways, the fun part of this is right now, excuse me, so Mr. Hardeman, the Honorable Mr. Hardeman, if you can come forward, we have a little memento for you for this occasion. Why don't I just read this so everybody can see this? And it says, in recognition of Honorable Ernie Hardeman for his vision, commitment, and passion for making Woodstock a permanent home for Canada's Outdoor Farm Show and launching the Glacier FarmMedia Discovery Farm Woodstock. And here's what it looks like. And Minister Hardeman, this is a temporary plaque, and we're going to get you a real one made. How's that? Even though this one feels pretty real to me, it's pretty heavy and it's not going to blow away in the wind. But anyways, we certainly appreciate everything you've done for us, and because I've been in your office quite a few times too, and you've come to see us quite a few times, so it's really great this has all come together, not just for us, but for Ontario farmers.
Well, we don't want you to quit coming now. Keep coming and tell us of your progress.
Yeah, absolutely. And though this is virtual, I understand Ontario farmers have chosen outdoors as their lifestyle, and I think they'll be just about as excited as we are to do this real again next year. That's sort of the plan. So anyway, so we got one more thing here to do, Minister Hardeman, and I ask you to help me here, and if you wanted to grab hold of this part, and I'll grab hold of this part, and it should just come right off. So this is our new logo, which has just been presented, the Glacier FarmMedia Discovery Farm, Unearthing Possibilities. And I understand that at this point that Minister Hardeman and Bob Wilcox in Winnipeg will be able to take any questions live. And I understand somewhere here, Caitlin, you're somewhere out there to direct this part of the program.
Correct. So if any media has any questions, please raise your hand via Zoom or type in the chat, and I can unmute you to ask your question to either Minister Hardeman or Bob Wilcox. So there's a question from John Gregg. What is the timeline now for the development of Discovery Farm Woodstock?
I think I can take that one. As I said, our centerpiece is really the Sustainability Soil Health Center. That's what we've talked about a lot. So we want to start to launch a fundraising campaign within the agricultural industry to develop that. We're putting together a marketing campaign. John Butt, a member of the Butt family, is going to be involved in that, and we're going to be seeking partners in the agricultural community to invest in this, and we hope to have a center, and I think a lot of it is going to be dependent upon getting the support of the agricultural community, which I think is very strong. So I see that happening in the very near future, and we also have an intent to work with the Grain Farmers of Ontario on the student farm. So now that this is all possible, the land is, we're working on the acquisition. I think we can go out to the agricultural community and start raising funds for this and sharing our plans with them. So I see us kicking off the fundraising plan probably right away, actually, and we'll go from there.
I have unmuted Lindsay Smith to ask her question.
Hi there. Yeah, Lindsay Smith with Real Agriculture. Just to clarify, how much land are we talking about, and what's the dollar figure attached?
I'll let the minister, the actual land that we're talking about is 100 acres, the show site. And there is some possibility that we would be leasing some additional land as well. But I'll let the minister talk about the actual transaction, I should say.
Well, thank you very much. As was just mentioned, the actual site that's being sold is 100 acres, and obviously the remaining part of it that's presently being used will continue to be used for its present uses as part of the program here, and can be leased until the time comes when it needs to be transferred, because the growth of Glacier and the Discovery Farm is going to be so fantastic that more property will be needed, and it will be available. It presently stays in its present state. So again, thank you very much for Glacier for bringing us here today. And I can say, as far as the timeline, it's going to carry on as it's been, and I'm sure they're going to grow and prosper and make it a great attraction, which it always has been, but will continue to be going forward.
And Lindsay has one follow-up question here.
Yeah, my question is for Minister Hardeman in regards to the Ag Ministers meeting that's now been pushed to November. How will this impact the COVID-19 response with this meeting being moved yet again?
I'm getting too much wind and not enough question here. Could you repeat that again?
Of course, Minister. Minister Hardeman, with the Ag Ministers meeting being pushed to November, that was just announced this morning, how does this impact the COVID-19 response for the agriculture industry?
Well, I think as was mentioned, all the ministers have agreed to postpone it till November, and not so much because of the COVID. The COVID response is going forward on a regular basis with our calls with the federal minister and the provincial and territorial ministers together on the phone to deal with the COVID response. But the annual meeting has been moved to November, and partly to do a little bit more work. As everyone will know, we've been working very diligently and trying to expand and improve the Ag Stability Program for our farming community. And we've come to the conclusion that if we put it off till November, we actually hopefully will have a little bit more information and a little bit closer to solutions that all the ministers can deal with, rather than having another meeting I've been to a number of these meetings where the risk management programs are up for debate, and it always comes down to, after a roundtable debate on it, always come down, well, we'll send staff to do some more research on different approaches. Hopefully, when we get there in November, I've asked the federal minister to come forward with some proposals that we can actually deal with the issue rather than just discuss about the need to deal with the issue. So that's really I think the approach that we're taking to try and make sure we accomplish something. And everybody agreed that that wasn't available to do it this month, and so we've decided to move it till November.
Thank you, Minister.
This will be the last call for any questions. If there are no more questions, I just would like to thank everybody for joining us this morning, either on the COF site in Woodstock or virtually via Zoom. If you would like to have a recording of this press conference, I have put the email in the chat. You can request and I can send you guys the full recording of the press conference this morning. So thank you everybody for joining us this morning. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you guys at Canada's Digital Farm Show this week.